So late last night, at least for me, Delta Force released the official trailer for Tempest, who is the newest operator in Delta Force. And I just wanted to go over the trailer, talk about her abilities, what I think they're going to be like, and also wanted to know what all of you think about her. In any case, let's get started. So in the background, obviously there'll be the trailer footage. Her full name is Ann Byers, and she will be part of the Assault class of operators, which is kind of odd considering we got an Assault operator last season. So right now that'll bring us to a total of 4 Assault operators, 2 support, 3 engineers, and 2 recon. So hopefully in the next season we might see those numbers go up for both the support and the recon class. But I digress. Her codename obviously is Tempest. Now from what I can gather from the trailer, she's an extreme sports enthusiast that seems to have been badly injured, more than likely a spinal injury, and Havoc was supposed to treat that injury. But they get interrupted mid-procedure, and it's kind of implied that they hooked her up to an experimental device, the auxiliary spine. So that specific device is going to give her a lot of her abilities, which the first one is the combat roll. So this allows her to tactically roll in multiple directions. Don't know if you can actually control when you're rolling, or if it allows you to control where you're rolling before you actually do the tactical roll. Kind of like Viren, you have to press the key of the direction you want to go, then activate the jump pack. I wonder if it's going to function like this, but I guess we're going to have to wait until we can get our hands on her. It also mentions that you can knock down enemies when you're doing a tactical roll, which reduces the cooldown of the ability. So kind of like a multifaceted passive trait here, which is interesting. Basically, you're going to be able to play bowling with that ability. The next one is called the drill charge. It acts like a throwable that attaches to a hard surface, and it produces electricity that goes through the surface, disarming enemies and temporarily paralyzing them, which you can see in the footage. Now, just on paper, this ability sounds incredibly powerful. Completely disarming an enemy sounds like something that's going to be a nightmare to fight against. Hopefully, you can potentially kind of avoid it, depending on how fast the drill charge actually activates and produces the electricity going through the hard surface, but it could be an absolute nightmare to fight against. Her tactical gear/ultimate is called Emergency Evasive Device. It basically activates an anchor, allowing Tempest to reel herself back to that point to retreat. The device will automatically activate if she takes fatal damage, and in operations, she can self-revive once, which is absolutely wild. So again, this character seems very heavily favored for operations gameplay. If anchored and falling a certain distance, it will also activate suspension mode, as seen in a trailer on Knife Edge, where she's kind of firing at enemies while suspended mid-air. The next gadget, which they didn't really talk about, it looks like some kind of impact explosive device, which you can see in that suspension scene. They didn't mention anything about it in the trailer, so I guess we're going to have to wait to get more information on it. I now know that Tempest is already available in the Chinese version of the game, so if you know more details about this specific ability, please chime in the comment section down below. So on paper, Tempest sounds incredibly powerful. The ability to really retreat quickly and get those picks off, or get some poke damage at enemies and then retreat back to maybe reload your weapon or reposition otherwise, is really, really powerful, I think, in both game modes. The combat roll obviously is just a movement ability, but allowing you to knock down enemies is pretty interesting, and I'm curious to see how long that knockdown animation will be. Would it be something like Viren's Crouching Tiger ability? I hope not, because you do get knocked down for quite a bit of time when you're affected by that Crouching Tiger ability. And then obviously the drill charge is just insane, having the ability to disarm your enemies. I don't know if it's going to affect more than one enemy if they're close enough to each other, so that could be incredibly powerful in maps where there's a lot of choke points, or obviously in operations when you know where the enemy is. Disarming them is just a pretty much instantaneous win for you, unless they have other friends around them that can shoot you down once they're disarmed. But yeah, sounds incredibly powerful. And then the last gadget, don't really know what it does. It looks like an impact explosion device, as I said, but there really wasn't a whole lot of information on that. So overall, she looks like a pretty interesting character. I'm kind of disappointed that we're getting another Assault operator. Me being mostly a support main, it would have been nice to get a support or recon operator for either of those classes, but hopefully we'll get them in upcoming seasons. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think about Tempest. Do you think she's going to be overpowered? Do you think she's going to be mostly effective in operations, mostly effective in warfare? Leave all that in the comment section down below. In any case, hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.